It's a new day, new life, new wave, hit the reset. I'm just trying to find grace, pick your poison or your pace. There's a lot we got at stakes, isolated in my room like I'm trying to save face. New revelation, all I needed was some space. When you don't know who to trust, turn your head to up above. When I speak, give me utterance, fire in my lungs. Let these words bless the poor, cause it's dire in the slums. Give me strength when I'm weary, help me see the picture clearly. It's only the beginning of the ending with your faith that these niggas wearing hazmat. I'm clowning like class act, plus they like to gossip. I ain't down with all that chit chat, they talk behind your back. I think they need a bitch slap, I hit them up with big facts. Nothing new under the sun, can you perceive that? It's like we playing freeze tag with the devil's rejects. Everything happened for a reason, best believe that. Out with the old and then with the new, they wonder why we do what we do. Trying to make old things new. They wonder why we do what we do. They wonder why we shine like we shine, and we move like we move. We ain't part of your high. They look me in my eyes like we don't welcome your kind. I'm like, fuck you very much, and the pleasure's all mine. See, I never fitted in, been a bit belligerent, won't suppress these sediments. If you learn to adapt, you're never out your element. Stay ready, well equipped, slice the beat and let it drip. Read a verse and let it rip. See, we do it for the culture. Ducking all these vultures, got the streets going postal. Now they want us quiet and we just getting started. We've been through the pain, broke chains, we lying hearted and we won't stop regardless. I know you see the hate in their eyes, see we remind them of the future they despise. It's more than just some rhymes, this book of songs in trying times. Keep the signs, it's nothing new under the sky. Out with the old life, what up? And with the new, they wonder why we do what we do. New breed, we tryna make old things new. To the world, oh, they wonder why we do what we do. They wonder why we keep going. This here's all the way to the finish line. Believe that. Yeah. Shalom, Israel. It's your boy, New Breed, coming through with another live stream. And if you like that track right there, it's called Out with the Old. And I actually have not posted that song yet. I'm gonna go ahead and post that on New Breed Music and Motivation. If y'all want me to post that song right there, go ahead and throw a flame emoji in the chat if y'all feeling that joint right there. And if you're not subscribed to this channel or New Breed Music and Motivation, make sure that you are subscribed. You hear me? I see y'all rolling in the chat pretty quick. All praises to the Most High. We're going to have an edifying topic for this afternoon, and I plan on getting some content done today. I got some time to talk with y'all today. I see y'all rolling in the chat. Courtney's in here. DJ Tatted, just a messenger. Yes. Trey Clayton's in the house. Who else we got? We got Troy is up in here. Stewart. Okay. Yeah. Man, I'm glad y'all catching another stream. DJ Captain's in the house. Z Spawn's in the house. Terrell, St. Louis. What it do, man? I'm glad y'all catching another broadcast. We're going to go into some in-depth details about soul ties, body counts, and also serial monogamy. Yes. Now, I recently done a video about serial monogamy. I got real raw in that video. It got real explicit. So I ended up putting that on Patreon. But I'm going to try to tone it down just a notch and really break this down from a spiritual vantage point of what serial monogamy is, what soul ties is, and this whole body count trending topic that seems to be just fluctuating everywhere on social media. I don't know. I'm seeing it grow real quick. I'm seeing a trend of women in particular displaying their body count. And it's done in pride.
And I want to talk about what that's about. I want to talk about how this world is pretty much spinning on a broken axis. Everything is ass backwards. In case you don't know, everything is ass backwards, y'all. I want to go into some detail about why they are promoting this particular agenda and the effects that it's going to have on women moving forward and relationships in general. Not just women, but just relationships in general. Because I'm just gonna be honest with y'all, man. It's bad out here. It's bad out here, y'all. It's bad. Far as love and relationships and commitment, it's bad. It's real bad. Like I wouldn't be making videos about this unless this situation needed to be addressed, and it most definitely does. It's very important. Now we're gonna go into a couple sources today. One of my sources I'm gonna go into is this book right here. This book right here, written by Gary L. Greenwald. Gary L. Greenwald. And I recommend everybody read this book right here. Everybody. This book is called Seductions Exposed: The Spiritual Dynamics of Relationships. Seductions Exposed: The Spiritual Dynamics of Relationships. And this is a good read right here. I've read this book multiple times. I've read it multiple times because, I mean, it tells the story of what's happening in the spiritual realm when everybody is basically being unchaste and everybody's having a sexual free-for-all. In this world where feminism is being pushed and women are basically sexually liberated to go from man to man to man to man. And I want to talk about what is happening in the spiritual realm because of this. But before I do so, I'm going to break down the definition of the infamous body count for those who don't know. I do realize there's people from various demographics who tune into this particular channel. When we talk about body counts, we're talking about how many men that a woman has slept with. All right. On social media, it's becoming very popular and it's trending for a woman to be displayed in several relationships. You just had the Lori Harvey situation with Lil Boosie. Lil Boosie basically got on Vlad TV and he was saying, hey, you know, we shouldn't be promoting this type of behavior with young ladies. If we want to give anybody credibility, we should give the gentleman credibility for basically running through these women, which I don't agree with that whatsoever, because no man should be proud that he ran through a woman who is clearly easy to go through, easy to get with. You know, I don't feel like no man should be proud of that. A man should only be proud of getting a sister that's hard to get, and once he gets her, she's loyal to him and him alone. But Lil Boosie, nonetheless, he got a lot of backlash for that comment because he went against the divine feminine. He went against the divine feminine and this so-called age of Aquarius. They want women to be sexually liberated. They want them to feel like they have the power to deal with as many men as they can, as many men as they will. You have people like Holly Berry that goes from marriage to marriage to marriage to marriage. Lori Harvey, within a span of 6 months, she's been in 8 different relationships. Let me repeat that. In a span of 6 months, Lori Harvey been in 8 different relationships. And, you know, I'm just going to say that that's serial monogamy because I'm assuming she wasn't dealing with other people outside of those relationships. But Little Boosie caught a lot of pushback. He caught a whole lot of pushback. And I'm actually going to go to that source a little bit later in this video to let you hear how the mechanism went. Actually, let me go ahead and go to that now. I want y'all to go ahead and hit the thumbs up on this video. Let me go to Little Boosie's response just to show you how he had to defend himself. He literally had to defend himself speaking in regards to women not spreading their bodies around. All right. Now, let me go ahead and go ahead.
I wake up to all these Lord Harvey fans on my ass. Talking about I'm hating on Lord. What I want to hate on Lord? I just said y'all got it fucked up saying that's goals. If you saying that's goals, that means you want your daughter to fuck 7 or 8, 9 niggas in a couple months in the industry.
And you know, the young ladies of this generation truly do look at it like goals that Lori Harvey got with Future, she got with Akon's brother, she got with Sean Diddy Combs and his son. She been with father and son. She's now with Michael B. Jordan, but the list goes on and on and on. It's literally like 8 people in a span of 6 months. Her body count is so high in such a short amount of time. I can't even remember everybody she was involved with, right? But Lil Boosie makes a great point. It's like, why did he get backlash for speaking in regards to Lori Harvey's situation? You know what I'm saying? Why did he get backlash? You know, the world has to be spinning on a broken axis. I mean, evil has to be taken over if a man gets backlash for speaking against that type of behavior. Straight up.
If that's goals, if that's cool with you for your daughter doing that, then I can't say shit. But what's wrong with y'all?
Man, fathers, we got to raise our daughters differently. Because I don't just talk about problems here on this channel. There are solutions. The solution is this. Fathers, you got to be in those households with these daughters. You got to raise your daughters. And when you're raising your daughters, you got to really express the importance of her virginity. She needs to know that she's special. She needs to know that her body is important. She needs to understand that. You know, you have to let her know that, listen, you can't just trust every guy that said, hey, you're pretty, you look good. You know, you can't allow that to intrigue you to just hop from a person because they compliment you. You understand? And it's a situation where, brothers, we got to begin to arrange relationships for our daughters. Yes, you heard it clearly. Arranged marriages or something very close to it. Something very close to it. When we growing up in certain environments, we should be looking around the neighborhood, looking at what type of young men are available. And just at the very least, brothers, guiding your daughter to the right direction. Guiding her. Not allowing her to just go out into the world and just pick whoever she wants. Now, I understand Steve Harvey is probably a busy man. He probably wasn't in the household like that. And she was probably pretty much raised by a single mother because Steve Harvey, I'm pretty sure he has a very grueling schedule. And I'm pretty sure he wasn't able to instill certain principles in his daughter. But as brothers, man, we got to definitely keep our eye out on certain families, certain young men that may be in the community, that may be upstanding young brothers that come from decent families, that come from spiritual families, and legit begin to, you know, set it up so our daughters don't just go out here like a stray bull in a china shop, just running, just getting caught up in relationship after relationship after relationship, man. It's not healthy. And we're gonna get into it.
Motherfuckers is. Y'all salute the woman who get passed around, but y'all dog the woman who stick by they nigga when they nigga fuck over.
Yup, and that's just the absolute truth. And Lil Boosie, in just so little words, in such plain speech, he just pointed out so much hypocrisy. So much hypocrisy. You applaud the woman who marries one man, the next man, the next man, the next man, the next man, or gets in one relationship to the next, to the next, to the next, to the next. You applaud that type of behavior, but the woman who stick by her man, although her man may have other women, her man may have other women. which biblically I've proved time and time again, utilizing the Bible, that polygyny is absolutely lawful according to the Most High God. Well, that's another topic for another day. But you sit there and you applaud serial monogamy, but when it comes to a woman who sticks by her man and actually has a man and is loyal to her man, then you want to shame her. You want to utilize shaming tactics. You want to say that she's gullible. You want to say that she's stupid. You want to say that, oh, girl, I don't know why you allow that man to do this and do that, as if she has a choice. She's being a godly woman. She's being loyal to her man. You know, and especially with these celebrities, once they get to a certain level, they're going to want to continue to build. They're going to want to continue to add women unto themselves. It's only natural for a man to do so. You got to understand that. By nature, men are not monogamous. You just get that out of your head. We've been put in slavery and we've been taught this westernized way, but it has not been working for us. And this is the reason why you have so many broken homes due to infidelity. That's the reason why there's so many broken homes. Now, he points out the hypocrisy. And, you know, I've noticed that all of these so-called religious women, all these so-called spiritual women, biblical women, women in general, just women in general, they never really have anything to say about all of the divorce. They really don't have nothing to say about serial monogamy, women going from one man to the next. They would be in the chat condemning a brother who speak on regards of polygyny, but at the same time, they have nothing to say about serial monogamy, when women are going to man to man to man to man to man to man. And a lot of the times you got to understand, it's the woman leaving the man. 70% of divorces are initiated by the woman. So it's the woman filing for these divorces. It's the woman leaving the household. It's the woman breaking it off. You understand? So, you know, you'll have, you know, no spiritual women or biblical women ever condemn this type of behavior. They don't make videos in regards to serial monogamy. They don't make videos in regards to staying loyal to your husband. They just don't. All right. But they'll condemn polygyny. That's hypocrisy. If you're okay with serial monogamy, but you're against polygyny, that makes you a hypocrite. And some would say, well, Lori Harvey is not a Christian, so why should we speak on that? It doesn't matter. When men condemn evil, we condemn all evil. We don't pick and choose our battles. That's why the Most High placed men, leaders, in position to lead, to teach, to guide, because we're gonna attack anything that's evil, that's wicked. We ain't gonna hold no punches. So regardless of if, you know, this woman is in the Christian faith, that behavior, she has an influence on a lot of young ladies. That behavior should be condemned. So I just wanted to say that, but we're gonna get into it, y'all. We still gonna get into soul ties and the whole nine. This is gonna be impactful here. So hit the thumbs up, ladies and gentlemen.
Y'all dog the real bitches who stick by they nigga. You heard me? But y'all salute the bitches who go from hand to hand. The world fucked up. But the woman who stick by her nigga, find her one nigga, find her one celebrity and stick by that nigga, she's stupid. The world fucked up. I'm just a speaker.
He right though, man. He gotta laugh because is he right? He right. It's just so backwards. It's so contrary to the Bible, y'all. It's just so backwards, man. Let's continue, man. Let me play that again. I mean, the man is right.
By that nigga, she's stupid. The world fucked up. I'm just a speaker. The world fucked.
But he's right, man. He's right, man. And see, for those who don't know what serial monogamy is, right? Serial monogamy is when a woman, you know, she gets in one relationship and then maybe 5 months, 6 months from there, in the back of her mind, she's always thinking of a way out. She's always thinking that, okay, anytime things get uncomfortable, anytime there's any adversity that we have to face in this relationship, anytime, you know, there's a level of uncertainty, anytime that, you know, this is not working anymore, I'm going to the next man. Although the Bible tells you, the scriptures tell you that a woman is bound to the law of her husband as long as he liveth. Meaning, if she goes on and leaves a man and goes to the next man, that will make her an adulteress. But we live in a land of a Babylonian system, I should say, that pretty much promotes adulteress. It promotes the Jezebel spirit. It promotes the succubus spirit. And this is how it happens. And I'm going to be honest, it's gotten so bad. It's gotten so bad to the point where a woman literally can lay with a man for a year, for years. You know, a man can ravish her body in every way. They can do whatever. They can have several children together. You know, the man can be a great leader, provider, all of that. But a woman can decide out of the clear blue that they're not compatible. It's like you giving your body up. You've been with that person. Like, how can you listen? This is the thought process. How could you lay with a man, give your body, be ravished in every way, every shape or form, have that man's seed? I mean, and then say, you know what? They just get up one day and be like, you know what? I don't think me and this person is compatible. Well, you know, that's something that you got to think about before you end up dealing with somebody. Because at the end of the day, women are the ones who open the gates. Women are the gatekeepers. Men are not out here raping these women. You know, understand? So it's like there's no type of responsibility. Thank you for the $20 contribution, Reynolds. Thanks for the edification, bro. All praise to the Most High. Thank you. Absolutely. Thank you for your contribution. But this serial monogamy is out of control. Like, there's no loyalty. In the back of people's mind, they're always thinking there's something better for themselves. They're always thinking that. And, you know, let me go into what soul ties are, because I don't even think they understand the validity of a soul tie. I'm going to this book here, for those who are just joining the stream. It's called Seduction Exposed, The Spiritual Dynamic of Relationships. All right. I'm going to go into here real quick. Ironically enough, y'all, why the soul ties chapter start on page 69 though? They put the soul tie joint on page 69. I ain't trying to be sexually suggestive here. They couldn't put it on page 70. It was like, nah, let's put it on 69. Because look, it don't get no closer. It don't get no closer than 69. That's literally tied up. That's literally. Let me stop, y'all. Y'all crazy, man. I want to read this first chapter. Some of the first chapter. I want to read the introduction because this breaks down the definition of a soul tie. Soul ties, ties that bind. It reads, I want to show you that through association and relationships, there might not only be a spiritual transference, but also a soulish transference, and a soul tie formed between two people. A soul tie is the knitting together of souls that can either bring tremendous blessings in the godly relationship or tremendous destruction when made with the wrong person. In fact, the stronger the soul ties, the more we become like those to whom we relate. Man, that's deep right there, because that's just the absolute emphatic truth. I mean, we don't even realize how much we take on somebody's characteristics when we become one flesh. When we actually come together and our souls intertwine, because there's no closer than becoming that close with each other. There's no closer than sex. There's no more, you can't get more tight knit than that. All right. Let me continue here. Some time ago, I was praying about a heartbreaking situation where the pastor of a large church had become driven by a spirit of adultery and lust. Even though, let me go on down here. We're going into the definition. Boom. Here we go. The soul ties. They're about to tell a whole story. Let's go into the, let's go here because they give you biblical references. I want to stick to where they give biblical references here. All right. A soul tie is a strong bond between two people in the realm of the soul. It can either be good or for evil. For example, a good soul tie between friends. And then they go to 1 Samuel 18:1. Well, pretty much, listen, this book right here, ladies and gentlemen, it gives you a lot of scriptural references. And I just wanted to give you the definition, honestly. So now that we got the definition, allow me to expound upon what a soul tie is. All right. So have you ever wondered why when you're having intercourse, it almost seems like a possession? Now, what do I mean by that? Your eyes roll in the back of your head. It's very pleasurable. The woman is screaming, she's scratching and clawing, like literally, she's scratching your back, she's clawing. That literally is like a possession. That's something a possessed person would do. Scream, yell, scratch your back. That is literally when you go in. Man, I'm trying not to be sexually suggestive here. But the truth is, when you go inside, right, you are possessing her. It's not the other way around, brothers. It's not the other way around. It's not she's possessing you. The man possesses the woman. Okay? You're possessing her. All right? And when this happens, you become one flesh. She takes on some of your spirit. If you're a righteous man, you begin to put certain things into her life. She'll begin to change. The way she looks, the way she acts, everything. And she'll begin to manifest. There's a transition period that takes place. When you release inside of a woman and that seed touches the egg, there are literally spirits in the room. I want y'all to listen carefully. When that seed touches the egg and you impregnate her, there are spirits in the room. There are spirits present. And yes, the man is the one who possesses the woman. So with that being said, when you have women dealing with one guy, she goes to the next guy. A year later, she goes to the next guy, the next guy, the next guy, the next guy. She has the residue of all of those men. Now, we don't talk about problems without bringing solutions. There are solutions. I'm not here to shame women. I'm not here to make anybody feel ashamed of themselves for what they may have done. But you got to know what you're doing spiritually. And a lot of the times it's creating a very negative mindset. You're not able to really build with a man like you should be able to. And men know when they get with a woman who's been with a lot of men, men can feel it. Men can feel when they end up sleeping with a woman who's been with a lot of men, and they can feel the essence of all those men, all those spirits. And it gives him he may have sex with the woman. He may penetrate her. He may do what he gonna do with her. But he's gonna be turned off ultimately, and he's not gonna want to be with that woman. I'm just being honest with you, because it's a barrier there. If he's a good man, if he's a righteous man, ultimately there's gonna be a barrier there. But there's a solution. There is a solution. You gotta understand, the only way to solve this issue is celibacy. The only way to solve this issue is abstinence, total celibacy. And I really don't think a lot of women or men, I don't think a lot of women or men understand the feeling of being pure and clean and cleansed from the inside out. I don't think people understand how it feels when you are actually pure, when you don't have these soul ties, when you feel your natural essence, when you don't feel that dirty feeling, when you don't feel that shame, when you don't feel that conviction. It's a very beautiful feeling. It's a very good feeling when you break soul ties. Now, the way soul ties work, you got to understand, you can't be like a dog running back to your own vomit. Now imagine, I want you to imagine a knot, right? Imagine a knot being tied like this, real tight. Imagine a knot being tied real tight like this, right? And as time goes by, that knot begins to get loose because of all the elements. The knot is not as tight, and it begins to loosen up, and you can begin to pull that knot apart. That's how you break soul ties. Now, if you're a person who have a lot of knots, you got a lot of knots in that rope, you're gonna have to practice some abstinence, some celibacy. You're gonna have to practice some patience. You're gonna have to wait on the Most High to send you a good partner. You're gonna have patience, and you're gonna have to pray. You're gonna have to ask for forgiveness. You're gonna have to spend some time repenting, straight like that. And these soul ties can be very dangerous as well. Now, in the definition of this book here, Seductions Exposed, the Spiritual Dynamics of Relationships. In this book, it tells you that you can have very bad soul ties and you can have good soul ties. So when you hear the word soul ties, it's not necessarily a bad thing. If the right people come together, there can be a lot of powerful things that happen. There can be great growth and development. They can spiritually lift each other up. They can spiritually help one another. And it can be very positive. They can complement each other almost like a battery. One person can act as the charger, the other person is the battery. And they can literally light each other's life up. You see them begin to grow, develop. You see them begin to find a level of success. But then there's the other side. There's the other side. Bad soul ties. Bad soul ties, brothers. When you're dealing with harlots, sisters, when you're dealing with the incubus. For you brothers, if you're dealing with a succubus, for you sisters, if you're dealing with an incubus, there's a couple telltale signs that you're having a very negative soul tie. And I'm going to give you those signs because, listen, I've been there and I've done that. Been there and I've done that. I've been with various women. Trust and believe, bad soul ties, good soul ties, what have you. And the bad soul ties, I can give you the telltale signs. Bad soul ties would be, instead of this woman giving you an energy jolt, instead of you feeling liberated, you get a sense of energy when you deal with this woman. She sparks and intrigues you to become better. She encourages you. When you lay in her bosom and you're with her, when you deal with her body, you feel very good afterwards. You feel like you can take on the world. You almost have like an electric shock that hits your body, that propels you to get up, handle your business as a man, and do what you do. But on the other hand, if it's a negative soul tie, you may be dealing with a lot of fatigue. You may be dealing with anxiety after dealing with this person. Um, you may feel very lethargic. You may feel absent-minded. You may not feel motivated at all. And that's a telltale sign that you may have connected your spirit to something that you shouldn't have. In some instances, you would even get nightmares. You would even have nightmares after. Imagine that. You give yourself to somebody and your point of weakness, and the next day, you having damn nightmares. You having satanic nightmares. You getting sleep paralysis from actually having sex with a person. That's bad. A lot of the times it comes with shame. It comes with guilt. It comes with regret. You will wish you never even dealt with that person whatsoever. That's bad. That means you more than likely that person wasn't conducive for you, and you just connected with a very bad soul tie. And also, you tend to inherit some of their sins. A lot of people don't understand this, but sometimes when we're persecuted and we don't even realize it, sometimes you're actually taking the sins from the person. You're being held accountable from the sins that somebody that you're sleeping with done. Yeah, it gets that deep in the spiritual realm. It gets that deep. Because the angels and demons that execute judgment on our lives, and they do certain things to us, and when we have certain shortcomings and we have what they call bad luck, right? You think it just happened and you wondering, why is this happening to me? Why did this happen? Why am I losing my job? Why do my vehicle keep breaking down? Why every time I leave out, my vehicle breaks down? Why do I keep losing things that I need? Like, why I keep losing my driver's license, like social security card, bank card, things that, I don't understand why this keep happening to me. And you'll be like, why does this keep happening? It's because more than likely you have a soul tie with someone that is doing something wicked, and you're actually taking the blunt of the blame, because in the spiritual realm you took on some of that person's light or lack thereof. So when the demons and angels execute judgment and you get some type of persecution, you don't know where it's coming from. That's because you out here smashing people who ain't doing right. You smashing people who ain't doing right. So therefore you get the backlash. And it's very real. Soul ties are very real. It's very spiritual. And I know to some people I may be speaking in over your head. You like, what is this brother talking about? Listen, if you don't have the spiritual eyes, you just won't see it. Y'all hit the thumbs up on this video. We got thus amount of people in the room, thus amount of likes. If you're gaining edification and it's helping you in your life, just show your support. Yep. DJ Tatter says smash and dashing must be stopped. Absolutely. Absolutely. And you got to understand, it's natural for brothers to desire more than one woman. It's absolutely natural. But as men, you got to be spiritually ready for that. You got to understand it from a biblical perspective. And you can't just be out here just trying to get some. You got to be one of them brothers who don't mind taking a woman under your wing, being a confidant, leading her. And you got to be able to handle what you put on your plate. You understand? Because there are a lot of single women out here who need leadership. It just is what it is. And a lot of women outnumber men. Men are not designed like women. And that's the issue. A lot of the times when we get into discussions like this, we want to look at men and women as the same. And there is a double standard. Men and women are not the same. Men are not designed like women. You can't make a man be like a woman. The fact of the matter is, it's the man implanting the spirit into the woman. When she gets pregnant, that man literally implanted that spirit in that woman. Yes, the Nubian queen is the mother of life, but guess what? You need a father first. You need the father of life first to inseminate the woman. So you got to understand that things will never be the same. Like, I mean, let me reiterate that we will never be the same, man and woman. Somebody said how to break a soul tie. Celibacy, abstinence. I recommend if you feel like you're a brother who is in these streets and you've been with multiple partners, multiple women who are in fact whores, or if you're a sister who been with multiple men you feel were incubus, thug, wicked men, the only way you can solve that is to be celibate, to be abstinent, practice semen retention. Don't do anything that's going to jar or trigger that addiction that you have, because a lot of people have an addiction. Um, a lot of women begin to hate righteous men because, and this is where the Jezebel spirit manifests. They begin to hate righteous men because righteous men require women to change. Righteous men require a change. We require cleanliness. We require that you get the residue of those other men off of you. We require that you become a very good woman. You become clean. You become righteous, submissive, virtuous. And a lot of women, they don't want to do what it takes to become that. They don't want to practice celibacy. They don't want to practice abstinence. They don't want to just be patient and allow the Lord to do his work, to put a good husband in place. Instead, a lot of these women, they pretty much, they want to go back to what they know. And it's easier for them to just go to the next guy and just keep making the same mistakes. And it's quite interesting because a lot of these women who go from man to man to man to man to man, they tend to deal with similar spirits. They tend to deal with a similar type of man, and it's mostly because it's a spirit, it's a demon pretty much. It's a malevolent force that requires that woman's energy. And that's why a lot of brothers be like, well, why these women always going for the thugs? Why they always going for the bad boys? And why why does good guys always get passed up? Because y'all brothers got to understand how spiritual this is. If she deals with a man who is a drunkard, he smoke weed all day, every day. He's a guy who is violent, very angry man. All those spirits, all those demons, she may even take on a lot of those attributes. So when you see women acting just totally just masculine, let's just be frank with it. When you see these women acting straight up masculine, and I mean, they acting like straight up dudes, man, straight savage with it. I'm talking about screaming, yelling, they get in dudes' faces, all of that. Because listen, a lot of those women, that's a telltale sign that she been with multiple men and she inherited a lot of attributes from those men. I'm telling you, it's real. I want to go to another source real quick. I want to go to another source, man. I'm going to show you how much society is normalizing this whole body count thing, man. This whole body count thing got to be put on blast. I want to go ahead and put it out here. How this is just becoming the norm, and women are like, they seem to be proud of it. And I'm disappointed. I'm disappointed, and I'm disappointed in the spiritual community because, we talk on a lot of topics, but we don't want to address the elephant in the room, that the reason why we have so much problems is because we're allowing our women to just run wild with no pushback whatsoever. And it seems to be no accountability, and no women are even speaking of it. And I mean, no women. Literally, I don't see no Christians that speak against divorce, women not being loyal to their men. I don't see women of the Hebraic faith. I don't see that. I don't see them talking about serial monogamy. And listen, that word itself just speaks volumes. Serial monogamy. That's like a damn serial killer. Now you know how a serial killer move, right? A serial killer kill, right? And they'll go a little bit. They'll go maybe a few months, and then all of a sudden, they get that energy to kill again. It's like they start twitching, like they start getting bloodthirsty again. And that is literally what these women are doing. They'll be in a relationship and they'll just be looking around, looking at different guys and like, you know what, maybe I'll give this relationship a couple more months, and then since I've been liberated in this feminist society, I'm gonna move to the next. And I really just wish at this point in time that a lot of women be honest. I want them to be honest with themselves that they have been wicked. They haven't been virtuous women. They haven't been chaste. They've been they've been essentially what the Bible would call whores. That's what they've been. And just be honest about it when you meet a man. Just be like, listen, I only want this for a certain amount of time, but listen, sign this contract. You got 5 to 6 months to tap this, right? After that, when the summer break, I'm gonna move on. I think a lot of men would be okay with that. I think a lot of men would be okay with that instead of sabotaging relationships, sabotaging families, lying to yourself, lying to the person you with, and it's not working. I just think that women need to be honest with themselves, just straight up, because a lot of the times the man is always labeled the bad guy in these situations. Where if you're looking at statistics, if you're looking at common damn sense, women are filing the divorces. Look at the numbers. Women are leaving men. Women are leaving the household. And listen, before I go into this source, let me say this as well. I think it's very important when you're meeting a person and you're courting a woman. I think it's very important to talk about sex. Sex is very important in a relationship. And this is another reason. This is the elephant in the room as well. I mean, I'm gonna be totally frank with y'all. You gotta have these conversations about sex. You gotta know what her likes are. You gotta know what her dislikes are. She gotta know, brothers, she gotta know what you working with. You gotta know what she working with. You gotta make sure she clean. You gotta know what she like, what her likes are, what her dislikes are. You gotta know what her sex drive is. Like, these conversations gotta be had. They gotta be had. And I'm saying that because a lot of the times, a brother will get with a sister and he not doing right. He not doing anything that she like, that she enjoy. He's not satisfying her. He's not fulfilling her needs. And therefore, she's always going to be looking. And I'm talking about women who aren't just whores. I'm talking about women who just need their needs to be, satisfied and fulfilled. And that's something that those conversations got to be on the table. We adults, right? We can have this adult conversation, right, ladies and gentlemen? Let's not get overly religious up in here. All right? Because I know it's people going to be like, man, he's supposed to be a spiritual leader. Listen, let's not get overly religious. Let's keep it real. These conversations got to be had. Because a lot of the times, if your sex chemistry ain't right, it ain't going to work. The sex chemistry got to be right. Shout out Black Male TV Advice. Hey, man, everybody go subscribe to Black Male TV Advice, a brother who laid the foundation for a lot of us black content creators. That brother been around for a long time, bringing the truth, bringing these type of messages that I'm bringing forth. If it wasn't for brothers like that to actually come through and make these type of lessons, you wouldn't even have people like myself and others. And I'm just being real. I give credit to what credit is due. Black Mill TV advice says women love saying they're ready to submit to a righteous man, but I'm sure those ladies are 35 and up. They say this after giving the best years of their life to Satan. Absolutely. Absolutely. And you got to understand, after you then so-called played the field, right? The attraction is no longer there for most real men. And therefore, even if you land yourself a husband, right? You're not going to be happy, because more than likely, he's not going to be a man that is just a real man. He's not going to be a real leader, because he's settling, really. A real man is not going to settle for less than what he deserves. I'm just being honest. That's a harsh reality, but you got to digest that. Like, this serial monogamy thing is just, it's a sickness, man, and it's plaguing society. You got relationship after relationship after relationship after relationship. It's the elephant in the room that nobody wants to talk about. Nobody wants to discuss it. It's like, and this whole body count thing, man, let me go here. But before I do, man, hit the thumbs up on the video. I'm going to show you how they're making this normal. That a woman just can be liberated or sexually free, whatever you want to call it. But get the thumbs up on the video, ladies and gentlemen. We got thus amount of people in the room, thus amount of likes. Show your support. Let's go to this video here.
Alex, do you know Nyla's body count?
Oh my God!
Whoa, why you did this? Why you
Hold on.
did this?
Hold on. I'm on Charlemagne's show. And the particular forum is called Woman Says She Has 50 Plus Body Count and Proud of It. Good gracious. Let's go.
Yo, Alex did this twice. He was like 10, 20, 30. This guy is crazy. What is going on here? Yo, what is going on?
I have nothing to do with this. One question. Wheezy, there's a lot of numbers. You said over 50. There's a lot
Men
of
and
numbers
women.
over 50.
There's a lot of what?
There's a lot of numbers over
Put your
50.
lips on the mic. How you got all this experience and don't know to put your lips on the mic?
I don't know what to do.
You said over 50. There's
Oh,
Between
damn.
50 and 75. That's
Oh,
my
okay.
that's
Oh,
my
my
real
God.
number. I wouldn't. I mean, I
You
know
ain't fucking,
normally
bro.
you multiply
ain't
by 3,
fucking.
but
Do you count? Like,
Yo, there's no shame in this woman. She said between 50 and 75. Goodness gracious. Some of y'all watching got more than that, though. Don't even try to act high and mighty. Some of y'all, some of you ladies watching got more than that. Hundreds, maybe thousands. But damn it, that's a lot. Man, oh man. 50 to 75 men. And look, this is just no shame at all, man. This is on, I mean, this is a pretty popular, this is a pretty popular stream right here. 50? Damn. 50. But listen, nobody had, here's the hypocrisy with women in general. Nobody has anything to say about a woman dealing with 50 men. But when you talk about polygyny, a man taking on another wife to grow development, create community, create generational wealth, do it from a biblical perspective, oh, women be going absolutely nuts. Do you hear any women speaking against this behavior? Like, damn. It's total hypocrisy, I'm telling you. Let me play this though. 50, she said about 75. Listen, a wise man once told me, when a woman give you one number, you need to multiply that by 3. If she give you one number, then multiply that by 3. So if a woman be like, look, I've been with 5 men. She been with 15. 15. If she say she been with 10, she been with 30. All right? Straight up, straight like that. Because they ain't gonna be honest. Let me continue here, man. This is crazy.
why you did this? Why you did this? Yo, Alex did this twice. He was like 10, 20, 30. Like, yo, this guy is crazy. What's going on here? Yo, what is going
I have
on?
nothing to do with this. One question. Wheezy, there's a lot of numbers. You said over 50. There's a lot
Men
of
and
numbers
women.
over 50.
There's a lot of what?
There's a lot of numbers over
Put your
50.
lips on the mic. How you had got all this experience and don't know to put your lips on the
I
mic?
don't know what to do.
You said over 50. There's
Between 50 and 75. That's
okay.
that's my real number. I wouldn't. I mean, I
You
know
ain't fucking,
normally
bruh.
you multiply
ain't
by 3,
fucking.
but
Do you count? Like, do you keep like a tally?
I have a tally in my phone.
Really?
Yeah.
She started
only 75.
But nobody's like, yo, nobody's talking about diseases. Nobody, but listen, here's the thing. When you bring up polygyny, right? Everybody want to talk about, oh, what about diseases? This woman been with 50 to 75. I'm adding more. I don't know how many she been with. I think she been with at least 250. But nobody is saying anything about diseases. Nobody's saying nothing about the clap, about that syphilis. Nobody ain't saying nothing. Where is the women who outraged like, ugh, where they do that at? Listen, it should be other women like, what the hell? There should be other women like, what is going on here? But I digress. Listen, this is bad, man. I know her hygiene can't be right. I know her hygiene can't be right. I know her spiritual hygiene. Let's keep it spiritual. Her spiritual hygiene can't be right. I know that there's an essence coming off this woman. There gotta be a demonic presence around. No wonder she popular, like on World Star or whatever. Cause I mean, she had to do something to get there. I mean, damn. She had to sleep her way to the top. Man.
How old are you, Weezy?
I'm about to be 30 in a month.
Do the dick.
Damn. About to be 30 in a month and already been with 75 men. You know that this woman is probably bipolar, schizophrenic. I don't see how she would be able to even connect with a guy at all. Like, how could she even? Why would you put this out here on TV? Like, no shame whatsoever. So that's how you know it's an agenda. Anything aired on mainstream media on this level, it has an agenda behind it. It definitely has an agenda behind it. They want young girls of our generation to come up and have no shame whatsoever. Be proud of the fact that they're going from guy to guy to guy to guy. A woman's body is not even designed for that, man. But this is what they want.
Math, wax.
No,
30,
don't do it.
75.
See, that's like 70 years.
I'm a
10
free
years.
spirit. When did you start? And I've had threesomes, so that's a few at a time. You know what I mean?
70 years for 10 years.
I keep
That's
count only
basically-
because. That's what?
I don't know how much that is.
Dick every 2 months.
Nah, because I've had long-term boyfriends, so maybe when I'm home.
She had long-term boyfriends. See, I'm telling you, the numbers add up, bro. The numbers add up. Serial monogamy. The numbers add up. You could be with somebody in a long-term relationship. And then, so I don't even know how she had time to do all that. I'm trying to put this into perspective here. So if she had, what does she even consider to be a long-term relationship? Anytime she says long-term relationships, a long-term relationship 3 generations ago would be 40 years. We together for 30, 40 years. To show you how jacked up society is right now, a long-term relationship for this woman is probably about a year. Tops. That's long-term for most women these days. A long-term relationship is like a year, bro. That ain't nothing. Our family stuck together for decades. This is crazy. Thank you for the super chat. Young Gene says, when the Most High send you a good God-fearing woman with good intentions, he will mold you and you will flourish out of nowhere. I'm a living testament. Yeah, that's true. It's just like finding a needle in a haystack, though.
I'm really hoeing.
When'd you lose your virginity?
16.
16, so 16 to 30, so 15 years, 75. Do the math.
So
How many-
threesomes I've had a lot of. I fucked a lot of bitches last year. No, sorry, the year that we were open, so 2019. Maybe like 10 in there.
I don't think women count in this equation.
Yo, yeah.
So she just straight up doing whatever. And I mean, it's a sad reality. But honestly, that's what's happening. That's what's happening. And this is happening on a normal basis. She's not just one out of a million women who doing this. The harsh reality of the situation is these women are evil as hell. They wicked. And most of them are like this. And that's just the truth. And if the shoe don't fit, don't try to squeeze your damn foot in it. If you're a righteous woman, I don't see how you can take offense to anything that I'm saying. But it just so happens that a lot of these women are doing this. She just bold enough and shameless enough to get her ass on TV and tell y'all what she doing. But some of y'all in this chat, y'all done worse. Some of y'all in this chat live the exact same way that she lived. And a lot of y'all ain't saying a damn thing right now. You're quiet. Again, the solution is to get abstinence and celibacy, man. But you're gonna have the more soul ties you got, the more knots you got tied. The more you're gonna have to go ahead and be celibate and pray and get repentance and cleanse yourself.
Because
Subtract the women out of this. We only counting dicks. This is
I
dick
just
math.
saw Mandy's wig, and you need to really let go of them fucking Dalmatians, yo. The wife, the lady, the mom,
Cruella DeVille.
Dalmatians, man. Mandy, stop trying to kill all them fucking Dalmatians. That's animal abuse.
We're gonna do the horrible decisions porn, 101 dicks, starring Wheezy and Mandy. Mandy gonna be Cruella DeVille.
No.
And she gonna
And really, they clowning her, man. And this is how you gotta understand. This society make you believe that you liberated, you're sexually free because you're able to go from God to God. But they ranking her ass right now. And she's sitting there smiling. She's smiling like a Chester cat ear to ear, thinking that it's a badge of honor. She actually think that, they're commending her. Like they're literally ranking this woman. And this is how men look at this. Like men are not, oh man, it's just disturbing to most men. Telling you.
101 penetration.
You say what?
101 penetrations.
Listen, I think women should be able to do what the fuck they want to do.
Of course
and I don't judge women for who they've had sex with. I think that's whack to even chastise a woman
I don't think
because she got a
judging.
pass.
Listen, I'm not judging. I just said that for me to wife, at least if I know, let me accept it. Because the only reason why I'm gonna be with a girl because I accept her flaws. I ain't with her because I accept all the great things that she's showing me. I accept all her flaws. That's why I'm with
So
her.
why do you keep writing the count then?
Because I want to know So you want to go to you go buy a car? What you want to do? You don't want to know what's going on with the car?
Right. You want to know how many damn miles is on a car, right? You're not gonna buy no car that got, damn it, 1 million damn miles on it. I mean, for real. Men don't wife up whores, man.
Stories, I don't need to hear like the number.
You want to know if this car been crashed? You want to know if this car been in the flood?
He understands things in terms of automobiles.
Yes.
And chickens.
If you're gonna explain,
And weed.
There's not a car. By the way, we talk about high mileage as if the most reliable car ever is not a fucking Honda anything. Them Hondas last forever. 200,000, 300,000 plus miles on it.
Them trucks, them 18-wheeler trucks, 500,000-600,000. You gotta get a fat girl.
You know your girl's body count shows?
say what?
You know your girl's body count? Your fiance?
Nope.
You don't want to know?
He shouldn't want to know. He shouldn't want to know.
I don't let her tell me about absolutely nothing.
Where's the Carfax
But why
at?
does it bother you? So, like,
I need a
don't
Carfax.
understand why it
Just give me the
bothers you so
Carfax.
One thing about wax that I know.
Flooded. I just want to make sure you ain't get flooded.
Wax
Make
is
sure
a-
you ain't get in a bad car
You're fucking
accident.
the same girl, so why does it matter?
Wax is afraid of his own karma.
Man, that's crazy right there, man. There's no shame in that, man. He should. That brother at the end, he shouldn't want to know because she probably going to. She probably speeding with no brakes too, man. Because listen, a woman who don't have a high body count, she gonna tell you. She gonna let it be known. I'm telling you, a woman without a high body count is gonna let it be known. She gonna when she meet you, she gonna be like, "Yo, I only been with 2 guys. I've been with 1 guy. I've been with 2. I've been with 3 guys." A woman with a body count that's not high, she's gonna bring that information forward because she realized that everybody around her, all her peers, are whores. So she realizes that she was raised a little bit better, and she's proud of it. So she's gonna tell you, listen, I ain't no hoe. I ain't do all that, and I don't do all this. She's gonna tell you straight up. A woman who keep it secret, 9 times out of 10, her body count high too. Damn it, straight up. I mean, this is the real deal, man. Like, you have people speaking against polygyny, right? Because they're basically saying they don't want to share a man, right? I want you to hear how ridiculous this sounds. They don't want to share a man, but it's okay to go from one relationship to the next, to the next, to the next. So let me get this right. You could deal with guys out there and not even have the label of a wife. And you already sharing a man. Because guess what? Most of these men are deceitful. Most of these men are liars. Most of these men are doing whatever they do. If they got with you, they're getting with somebody else too. But you'll you'll share a man in that instance, but you don't even get the badge of a wife. So really, you just cheating yourself. You so anti-polygyny, so it's making you share men and not even have the title. You don't even have the title. You don't even have the glory of the title of a wife. Telling you, bro, that's a bad thing, man. That's bad. The body counts are just too damn high, man. Vladdy G, get him on up out of the chat. Let's see what you the people got to say. Now, I am real curious to see what you the people got to say about this video. For those who just joined in the chat, because for some odd reason I'm just getting people in the chat, still coming this late in the stream. Y'all hit the thumbs up, hit the thumbs up, hit the thumbs up, hit the thumbs up. For those just joining, we're talking about soul ties. We're talking about body count. We're talking about serial monogamy. In this stream, I pointed out the hypocrisy of those who are acceptable of divorce and serial monogamy, but they're anti-polygyny. I spoke in regards to the Lil Boosie situation with Lori Harvey. He caught a lot of backlash. I was actually shocked how much backlash Lil Boosie caught. And I like how he doubled down. I respect the fact that man doubled down. That's like the second time Lil Boosie said something in plain speech that I just respected, and he doubled down. He didn't apologize. So I mean, I respect that. I really do. You don't hear that quite often. A lot of the times people bow before the divine feminine, and they want men to be okay with women being sexually liberated. That's why Charlemagne the Fraud came out and said, "Hey, I'm okay with it." He had to say that. No righteous man, no good God-fearing man is okay with our women going from guy to guy to guy to guy. None of us are. No, that ain't even cool. That ain't cool at all. Yeah, somebody said practice abstinence till marriage. Truth. Yeah, somebody said Charlemagne the simp. Somebody said, can soul ties create evil children? Can soul ties create evil children? That's a very interesting question that you just asked. I really would like to know why you preference that question. But I'll answer it. I'll answer that. A lot of the times, the seed is going to be of the father, right? Contrary to popular belief, when a woman gets pregnant, the baby is not 99% the father's, it's 100% the father's. 100%. So if you have a wicked, evil, sinister man impregnating a woman, 9 times out of 10, you're going to be dealing with a damn demon seed. And this is why it's important for women to be protectors of their essence, of their member. They're supposed to be gatekeepers. They're supposed to be protecting themselves. Y'all be seeing all these you watching the news, some guy beat his mother up for telling him to kill his mother. I think he stabbed her, if I'm not mistaken. Stabbed his mom's up because she told him to go get a job. Yeah. That's a damn demon seed. It's a damn demon seed. Somebody said, what about sex toys and vibrators? Listen, wait for a husband. What about a husband? Why penetrate yourself with inanimate objects that got all type of soft metals, plastics, and poisons in it? Why not purify yourself? Why not purify yourself? Somebody said, what's your thoughts on online dating? Can that be an emotional soul tie? Waiting to see what happens. I recently did a video actually on on online dating. That's just something you got to be really careful with. You got to be really careful with that. I would recommend you really get to know a person if you are going to participate in online dating. It's way too much technology to get caught up slipping. Just initially meeting somebody. It's too much technology. There's live chats. It's you can do all kind of apps where you can see that person on a regular basis, face to face. Just be careful. Just be careful. Because at the end of the day, they're people too online dating. But a lot of y'all just got to be careful with that. I would recommend you really get to know that person, because you got to understand, even if you give your number to someone in the street that's walking by, you still don't know that person until you actually communicate. You still don't know that person until you have conversation with them. You still don't know that person until you FaceTime them and really get to know them. So, sometimes you can get to know somebody even better online dating, honestly, when you think about it. In the grand scheme of things, if you're talking to somebody and, you're constantly talking to them, yeah, you can get to know that person. But it's also it's a double-edged sword. Online dating is a double-edged sword because it can be very dangerous too. It can be very dangerous. The Real says, New Breed, talk about how some of the Jezebels run off from one man the minute they get exposed and want to play the marriage or motherhood card next, so no one will hold them accountable. That's how they do it. That's a part of serial monogamy. Serial monogamy, a lot of these women, they do possess a Jezebel spirit because they don't know their role as a woman. And they're constantly trying to feast on the souls of men. You got to understand, the spirit that's in some of these Jezebels, they literally want to extract the soul from men. You have this a few ways. Some women who practice serial monogamy actually get with righteous men, but their intention is to strip their souls from them. Their intention is to attack their masculinity. Their intentions are to drain the soul, to take their energy, to steal the youth from them, to extract all of their peace from them and leave them downtrodden, leave them hurt, leave them without finances, leave them destroyed, and then they go on to the next. So you have it like that too. And with this serial monogamy, it's an addiction. It truly is an addiction. Nobody takes marriage serious. Nobody takes relationships serious. It's to the point where a lot of brothers, man, a lot of brothers are giving up. A lot of brothers are giving up. A lot of brothers just like, you know what, the hell with it. You know, a lot of brothers are at the point where they pretty much, they don't want to have nothing to do with anybody. And that's a bad place to be. But it's the truth. Somebody said, I gave it up, yo. Hey, sometimes you got to. Sometimes you got to walk alone, man. Be honest with you and just being totally frank with you. Sometimes you got to go it alone. Be very patient. Don't denounce or denote the fact that there could be a good woman for you in the future, but just at some point, sometimes you just stop looking. You just stop. You just let it come. You just focus on your goals. You focus on your purpose in life. You do what it is you're supposed to do, and then eventually, that woman will be added unto you. And I'm not talking no Meg told men going their own way and none of that, because I see somebody posting Meg told. It's not what I'm saying. I'm just saying sometimes you just, as a man, you got to focus on your own goals. You got to focus on your own purpose. And if it's meant to be, hey, that woman to be added to you. Just is what it is. All praises to the Most High. Well, hopefully this particular video, this live stream helped you out in your walk and your journey. If it did, make sure you share this particular video, man. You know, show your support, and you know, put the truth out there, because here on this channel, man, I'm gonna tell the truth regardless of how people feel about it. It just is what it is. This is not the popular opinion whatsoever, but all in all, it's the truth. But I'd like to thank each and every one of y'all for catching this stream and coming through, showing your support. Hopefully this helps you out. I'd like to thank y'all. Y'all have a blessed afternoon. With that being said, shalom and peace.